here. We got another video coming out to you today. It's going to be on tip-ups. And when I talk tip-ups, I'm not talking about fishing for other species besides bass. This is going to be on bass today. I have another one I can do for pike and muskie I do up north. But for now, we're going to talk about largemouth bass, and pretty much that's about it what I got around me for the winter time. So to get kicked off with, I got a husky tip-up. And right now, I'm going to tell you, I don't know the price of it because I got it for Christmas a few years ago, and that's the only one I've gotten. But I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to be under $40. I think this is like, honestly, $24, if not, something in that ballpark. But you can find cheaper ones, so they're out there. You know, just keep an open eye, Google search something, I'm sure you'll find something. Now, to get started, what do I use for line on it? Because we're talking about bass. I use a main line of 10-pound power pole braid. And there's no specific reason why I use it. It's just to have a good main line, good strong leader. 99% of the time it's not going to be in the water. I have a 10-pound vicious fluorocarbon leader on it. And it's about 15 feet long. And that's somewhere in that ballpark. Reason I chose vicious is because that's the only line I don't like using. And I have extras of it from like a spool I bought years and years ago, and I don't want to throw it away, so I put it on here and it won't go to waste. You know, when you're fishing by hand, that's what the tip-up essentially is. You're pulling it with it, so I can control the amount of tension on the line, therefore I won't snap it. The way this tip-up works is very simple. The way it stores well. You can see the flags in there and everything. And here you go. How I set it up, take it, free spool, let it hang down. There you go, my legs are in the way. Take this flag, there's a little dangling loop here. You put it on the rounded side. Not every tip-up's going to be the same, but this is how this particular one works. Now, when you get a bite, the line on here, it free spools to this spool. Okay? And I have my hook set up on there right now. I'll pull off for you. And this is a very sensitive thing, so you'll get a bite, and your flag will go off. See how this comes out? There you go. Put the flag back up. So now, when it's hanging in the water, you're going to have your ice on both sides. There's going to be a small circle, depending what you have for an auger. And this is just support to hang it over, to have this in the middle of the hole. And when you get the bite, the fish is going to pull the line, but no pressure whatsoever, just enough so your bait won't take it, and you can actually set the tension on it, but I have it where it is, it's fine for me. And the flag shoots up, and that's when you run out there, grab it. I pull this cross looking thing with my fingers, and I yank it up, and that's my hook set. And then I go from there and I pull the line in by hand. I never ever wrap the line around my hand, because if you get a big fish on and it pulls, it can put a bad tension on your fingers, and it'll lose circulation and also cut you. And that's not good, especially when you get to the braid. Braid's very sharp when it comes to getting pulled at a strong poundage, because people tend to wrap it around a pliers or some sort if you get a snag on a wood or something, instead of pulling with your hand, because it will cut through you. Just note that. Now, for hook setup I use a small minnow hook, nothing too big, just enough to get the fish on it. And I have a weight, a split shot weight, nothing special, hanging about 1.5 feet above the hook, just enough so the fish don't notice it as well. It'll blend in with the weeds sometimes, depending where you are for your lake. And I just hook the minnow through the mouth, under here, and out the top of the nose. And that gives the fish the opportunity to swim around, act like alive, but it can only go so far because the weight's holding it down, so you're actually going to keep this thing suspended off the bottom. It's a pretty cool setup, because when you have that advantage for being on top of the ice, you control what depth you want your line at. I stop this, first I let the weight drop it to the bottom, and then I pull it up a few feet off the bottom to let the fish be somewhat close, because a lot of the times around here, that's where the fish relate to, is the bottom, because that's the deeper you go, the warmer the water actually is. That's why the ice doesn't freeze all the way through for lakes. The deeper you get, the warmer it is. And obviously, it's not going to be too warm. But that's kind of what it is for my tip-up setup. You know, this again is for bass. If I'm going to go for pike or muskie, it's going to be a different setup. That'll be a later video coming soon to you. If you guys have any questions about what I do different, or any just general questions about ice fishing, I can help you out. I've been doing it for a little while now. I kind of have an idea what's going on. I've been, pretty successful lately. Just always keep that in mind. Well, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe if you haven't already. And keep tight lines.